journal, get out your phone, okay? I cannot stress this enough about what I'm going to talk about, because this is very confusing to a lot of parents, a lot of coaches, and even a lot of like junior players. When you grab the racket, okay, you grab the racket and you're going to hit the ball, okay? You think you hit the ball with the racket. And in theory, you're right. At the end of the day, the racket does hit the ball. But I need everybody to understand this, okay? Everybody has to understand the power that you're going to get, or the way the stroke should be manufactured, starts from the ground. See, the power starts from the ground. It's not from your arm, okay? We talked about this many times, and I like to talk about this at least once a week to everybody. The power starts from the ground, okay? Sure, at the end, the racket hits the ball. Pay attention, guys. But in every throwing action, pay attention. Some of you guys aren't paying attention. Every throwing action, okay, starts from the ground. Whether you're throwing a football, you're throwing a baseball, shooting a basketball, a hockey shot, a golf swing, or a tennis swing, the power is going to come from the ground. So if you don't bend your knees, pay attention, if you don't bend your knees and use the ground, something will be left off the table. Watch this. Okay, tell me which stroke is better. Okay, just I'm going to do a basic stroke. They both were the same upstairs, but there was a whole different animal on the second one. Okay, you push on the ground pushes back. I know that sounds a little funny. The power comes up your leg, through your hip, through your shoulder, and out the racket. You have to use your legs. Okay, now, what I'd like some of you guys to do is, where's Jean? Is Jean here? Okay, you're not in trouble. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. I just want some of you guys watch her hit a forehand. Okay, forget the arm part. Every person that visits here, every parent, they say, look how that kid uses her legs. And as a result, then if you have a good technique and you use the ground correctly, you're going to have power. And then as you get bigger, stronger, older, it's like, whoa, what happened here? I cannot stress this enough. You guys got to understand, the power doesn't come from here. It comes from the ground. Now think about this. Watch, forehand, backhand, look, serve, look, overhead, volley. Everything starts from the ground. If you can think of that, this is your best friend. This is your best friend, the ground. You have to push on the ground first. Now, what's going to happen if you think like that? When you run to the ball, okay, you might even run a little quicker. Then when you get to the ball, you might even take littler steps because you know you got to push down instead of get there and standing like a tree. So the development of just thinking like that is you. Now, how many of you have, if you play at a club, you see a lot of like adults play your club? Is anybody, like wherever you play? You'll see a lot of times like 2-0, 2-5, 3-0, 3-5, 4-0 club players. Pay attention. Men and women, they're out there playing like this. They're out there playing like this, or they serve. And then you look at it on television. It looks very different. Don't just say, well, oh, they're better. No, when I'm not talking about they're better. I'm talking about why their stroke looks different. It's a very different stroke. What's the difference between what you see on TV and what you see at your club from the 3-0 lady? Most of it. I'm not picking on the ladies. I'm just saying. Anybody? What's the difference? Yeah, they're using the ground. Look, all I want you to do, and how many times I told some of you guys that I've worked with, remember what I always tell you, if you bend, I'll be your friend, or it's the end. For you, it's the end. I'm just telling you, if you don't use the ground. Now, some of you think, oh, I'm supposed to bend because it's low, okay? Just like I was telling Quinn, she's always like this. That's bending, but that's not bending the right way. All I'm trying to say, I don't want you to bend to get low. You've got to use the ground if you ever want to have great ground stroke. How many of you guys want great ground stroke? How many of you want a great serve? How many of you want great volley? You've got to use the ground. push down. The final question, how many coaches here or wherever you live have said, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're bending too much. Someone told you? Me, okay. Okay, that's good if it's me. Listen, think about what I just said. When someone tells you you're bending too much, your ground strokes are going to be amazing. Deal? 1, 2, 3. Bang! All right, fitness. Let's go.